Hey guys, it's Jag. Welcome back to the arcade. Let's get back to just another game, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, where we are in our essentially final month. And I am still Professor Level A, despite my best intentions. There is a very simple reason for that. A reason which I kind of forgot. But I will show it to you right now.
Hello there.
I'm out of bait. I cannot fish anymore. So that being said,
soon,
I actually do not know if it's possible to make it. Oh, doing that stuff. Possible to make it to Professor A+ with the months that the weeks that we have left, because I was able to get about 2,000 professor points, but I already had some bait in reserve. I would say the shop itself only gave me around 1,000. So this is potentially like 2,000 right here, and then whatever I get during the week, plus all eating.
Professor?
Speaking of which, let's go eat. So I'm not actually starting to become more concerned that it's mathematically impossible for me to reach A+ at this point in the game, which I will be kind of disappointed on. But I will admit that I would be a lot more disappointed in myself if, like, we end up with only a few points short of being Professor Level A+. That would be hideous. I should probably read this. Sacred Beast Roost? Sacred Beast Roast. Albinian Moose Roast. Allies gain max HP and strength +1 for the rest of the month. This seems fairly useful. And it's the first thing that we've ever been able to cook that boosts two things at once. Goddess Messenger. Whole cooked Goddess Messenger. Allies gain dexterity, speed, and defense +1. Some of these are quite good. We'll do Sacred Beast Roast. HP +1, strength +1
sweets,
seems pretty useful for what will be a final battle. And yes, I did talk over Mercedes there because we've kind of
much more exciting than studying or
seen this before. We've seen a lot of things before. So, +1 HP, +1 to strength. That's a decent amount of points. Let's go eat. So I figured like my best bet at this point is to hope that my students come forward with questions while we are teaching, because the right answer gives you a lot of professor points. But at this point in the game, all I'm really interested in is grinding points and finishing up our supports. So that's probably what's going to be the next few episodes. Teaching, grinding points, and supports. In fact, we might end up getting through these episodes fairly quickly because we don't have to go through and do quests. I went and I checked and I still don't have any dried vegetables. We don't really have too many people to talk to. Probably run across one or two people we haven't talked to in our explorations. Have we ever had a meal with somebody who didn't like it? Let's find out what that is.
Ooh, this.
I'm not picky, but honestly, this is terrible.
Okay, so if you pick a meal they don't like, they're only half as motivated. I'm not picky, but honestly, this sucks. Also, I think I got less professor points for that. But yeah, we might be going through these last few weeks fairly quickly. There's just not a lot to do.
Delicious.
Yeah. And there, that tops out Ferdinand's motivation. We're kind of down to 5,000. Kinda seems seems more plausible than I thought, but I'm not going to put my hopes on it. If we do get down to A+ professor ranking, I have a feeling it's going to be down at the wire.
I would be liking that greatly.
I like seeing a table full of my favorite dishes.
We might have some tea parties, you know, although... Let's take a look at our supports while I talk about this. I do have a support with Ferdinand that will probably happen at some point, thanks to eating with him. And I could go A with Manuela, which I'm actually kind of intrigued by. I have found out how marriage works in this game for everybody but you. If you have an A support between two characters, they will get married at the end of the game. If multiple people have A supports between each other, then, for example, let's say Hubert and Linhardt both had A supports with Edelgard, the game basically tries to roll a dice based on which player has more hidden support points, even if they're at the support level, and that gets to be Edelgard's husbando. If for some reason they both have the exact same amount of support points and the exact support level, I think it just flips a coin or something. But we do have a number of supports to get through. I'm not really interested in raising my support with pretty much anybody else. Actually, you know, I take that back. I would like to get maybe an A support with Sylvain to see where that goes. Where is Sylvain? Hey, look at that. We have a task. I want to see where that conversation goes, because he basically told us the last time he actually kind of really hates us. And I'm like, Sylvain, that is very rude. He's in the Officers Academy. I will fast travel about 10 feet. Why not? And where is Sylvain located in the Officers Academy? There's Bernie. Actually, let's zoom out the map a bit. Oh, there's one of our supports now. There's Sylvain.
I've been thinking about it and what's coming.
We have
Whoever
talked
wins
to
will
you.
It won't be an easy.
Yeah, we have talked to you. Why don't we go to tea?
Maybe.
Never mind. Screw you, Sylvain. How about some gifts? Let's see. Here, you like this?
Thanks so much.
Not really. How about... This?
Thanks so much.
Not really. Sylvain, why are you so picky? What about blue cheese?
Thanks so much.
Well, that was a waste. You want this?
Thanks so much.
Alright, screw you, Sylvain. I'm done with you. Oh look, that game I was downloading is downloaded. I was downloading Fate Links. And it's DLC. Thanks for showing up.
Professor?
Alright, we can have our A support with Manuela. Let's do that. Sure.
So I said, two can play at that game. I told him, a small-time little weasel like you ought to be begging me for attention. Oh, it gets me so mad, so worked up.
Were you talking to Sylvain?
Why aren't there any men around here who understand what a catch I am? Come to think of it, you've always been nice to me. If only you were a man.
Probably because, you know, like, you're kind of got that ego going.
I mean, you listen to all my problems. I feel like I can really trust you. I don't have that kind of thing with a lot of people.
You're a close friend? I'm sorry I can't help. You're a close friend.
I know. It's a real tragedy.
Because I don't have the right equipment between my legs?
I suppose this is what the goddess has ordained, so I'll accept it. All right, enough of this moping around. What we need is a change of mood.
We're going drinking, aren't we?
we've still got a lot to do together. When I think about that, what are 1 or 2 men?
Poor Manuela. What's wrong?
What's wrong is, it's not just 1 or 2 men, it's more like 100 men, maybe even 200, more!
You're very ambitious.
I'm completely... Oh, I can't get out of this mood! Actually, I've got an idea. Exercise will help.
What kind of exercise? And I suddenly feel very threatened.
I'm going to the training ground. Come on and give me a hand. Gonna work my anger out on 100 training dummies. Maybe 200 if we've got them.
I'm scared. Alright, well, our support level is now A, motivation is increased, and I'm staying far away from Manuela for the time being. Speaking of supports, let's look at a few more. Actually, let's look at the map. Also, there's suddenly a lot of people to talk to in the dining hall. Have I not been talking to people there? Weird. Map. Yes, actually, there is an event that we should go to, so let's do that. Oop, close out of that. Close out of this. Close out of it. There we go. Right here. Stable, probably. This is probably my A support with Sylvain, which I am very curious about. Let's get rid of that. Let's not do that. There. Should be done. Oh no, Ferdinand. Okay, let's go for a visit.
What an interesting way of looking at life. Ah, it is you. Just at the right time.
It is me. You're working late, the right time.
There is something I wanted to discuss.
Oh no. Are we about to have the talk?
Something about you.
Yep, we're about to have the talk.
I am starting to believe that you are a true hero. You hold the lost crest, you wield the sword of the creator, and you lead everyone in battle against great enemies.
Also, the camera loves me. It follows me everywhere I go.
Not only that, but you are a strategist. You stand alongside rulers, supporting them, advising them.
I do that amazingly without talking.
You do not seem particularly ambitious, and yet you accomplish so much.
That's high praise. Sure.
I am not exaggerating. Everything I said is true. I have been reading about the history of Fargus, you know.
And someone like me comes along once every 1,000 years to straighten shit out?
The kingdom's founder, Lug, the king of lions, had 2 advisors.
Oh, we're hearing about Lugi, huh?
One of them was Pan, the undesiring strategist. According to historical records, Pan wanted nothing for himself. He devoted himself entirely to Lug. He had tremendous power, but he never seemed concerned about his legacy. So in the old chronicles, there is hardly any mention of Pan's deeds. All that we know is that he helped Lug, his friend and leader.
To think someone could be so virtuous? I've never heard of Pan. We'll go with the first one.
It is not surprising that you have never heard of him. I did not even know his name until recently.
Are you sure it's not a practical joke?
But when I watch how you conduct yourself, I feel that I am seeing the unknown deeds of Pan. It is only a thought, of course, but it makes me feel rather happy.
Ferdinand's smile is kind of creepy. It's weirdly drawn.
Even if it is not in the pages of a history book, a life can be full of achievement.
I mean, it can be. It doesn't have to be.
I know that I will never be greater than Edelgard. She will always surpass me. I am what I am. like you and this undesiring strategist. I will do what I am called to do, even if no mark of me remains in the history books.
But see, you have a paradox. Because you found out about Pan because a mark of Pan remained in the history books, even though he didn't make much history and didn't accomplish much, history still knew about him. If no mark of you remains in the history books, then you can't be like Pan, which means this conversation is entirely pointless. But I'll just nod and say nothing. And we'll reach support level A. Alright, do I have any more supports that I need to go run around and find? No, doesn't look like it. We should probably head to the chapel. Why are you looking at these barrels? Have fun with that. We could go do choir practice in the chapel. Oh, who's here to talk? King Dimitri's right-hand man.
Rumor has it, King Dimitri is always accompanied by a man from Dusker with a terrifying face.
The dude! Right, we get to kill him. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
And what's more, this man is said to be so huge, he's often mistaken for a bear.
I cannot stand your voice. I'm sorry, that is the worst voice I've ever heard. I forgot about the dude. Oh man, we get to kill the dude. I've been wanting to do that since the beginning. Also, my cat just kicked me in the kidneys. Ow. He's sleeping, and he likes to stretch in his sleep, and he got me right in the kidneys with his claws. Ow. I thank you, kitty. I appreciate that. Show the love. But yeah, I've been wanting to kill the dude since I saw him. We need to do that.
Hey.
This is a thing that needs to happen. Also, we need to go to the second floor to talk to Edelgard and Hubert. Not that we're going to want to... Wow, you're looking very imperial.
Professor?
It's almost time.
This month, we will take all of the military force we can muster and advance to the kingdom capital of Ferdiad. I have no intention of retreating to Garreg Mach after we've come this far. We will only return after we've conquered Ferdiad and put an end to this war.
And then we go back to class?
Be sure to steel your heart and ready yourself for the battle ahead.
I'm ready for anything. I'll do what I can. I'm not sure if I'll be ready in time. I'm ready for anything.
Are you certain? If so, please help me raise the morale of our allies.
That's what I'm doing with these supports. Hubert, what do you have to say? It's almost time for your war. Where are you? And you're gone. Okay. Where is Hubert? Wow, there's people in the side room that on the east side that has never had anybody for this entire game. Hey, Manuela. The way things are going...
Professor, do you mind if I complain about something, well, personal? Of course you don't.
You're going to anyway.
This army is almost all single men. If that marital status came before or during the war, I'm not to say. The point is, I'm in charge of the infirmary. I wind up treating hundreds of men every week. I get to talk to all sorts of men from all walks of life, all of the time. And yet...
You don't have a boyfriend. You aren't married yet. Maybe you should give up on love.
Forget that. I can't even find a boyfriend. Marriage is just... a joke. Just a sick joke. At this point, I'm just hoping you stay single too. Then at least we can share each other's misery.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving and I'm not looking back. Oh, does the Crest Analyzer do anything different without Henneman in here anymore? Nope. Still just flashes my crest at me. Cool. Manuela treating all those men, all their injuries, in all states of undress. She is pent the hell up. Linhard, what are you doing here? We're nearing the end of this war.
When you think of it, as one approaches the end of a war, the sacrifices only grow larger, don't they? The winning side musters their forces and attempts to strike a decisive blow. while those of the losing side make desperate attempts to turn the war in their favor. Neither side will give. I only wish we'd consider those who lose their lives in that struggle.
We're far from safe ourselves. It's a necessary sacrifice. It's better than dragging the war out.
I can appreciate that, but just because a choice is better does not mean that it's good.
No. Linhardt's gotta be like the conscience of the army. We should keep him away from Edelgard. He will get severely depressed. Have we even been in this room? Oh, this is our advisory room. This is where we come to come to have our council meetings. And there's Hubert. Ah, interesting. And there's something here. An owl feather. That's not what I wanted. I was hoping it was something for professor points.
Lord Arundel. As long as he exists, Lady Edelgard will...
Just who is that man?
I believe I have explained before that he is the one who commanded the likes of Solon and Kranya. Cornelia, whom we defeated at Aryan Road, was also one of his.
So there's your confirmation.
An irksome sort. We must not fail to be rid of him. He is a maggot, crawling in the filth of the world, feeding off the Empire like a parasite.
Good for you. Yeah, we've never been in this room. I didn't even know this room actually existed. This is super cool. Here's my chair. And I'm kind of hopeful for some last minute sparkly bits that give a lot of professor points and lore. Maybe that we've somehow not seen somewhere. Maybe I should check the library. Actually, before I do that, let's look at more supports, because we need to raise the morale of our officers. S level... yeah, we'll go with Mercedes.
Come on, sell it to me!
Huh? What's going on here? Hey, stop that! Can't you see he's not interested?
Just talking business here, now move it along!
Yeah. So, here's the thing. This was clearly supposed to be Church of Cirrus soldiers, and they swapped the models for Imperial soldiers. They did not change the nameplate, or the faceplate. Interesting. Whoopsies?
Oh, I just thought it looked a little... Actually, now I'm curious. What kind of business are you conducting?
Drugs.
I've been told I have a keen eye for appraisal.
Just trying to buy a sword. I told him to name his price, but he won't give it up.
Any price? You must be able to afford anything your heart desires. But did you consider that he might have a good reason not to sell it? Maybe it's a family heirloom, or simply his favorite sword.
No one asked for your appraisal, now move it! Or are you looking for trouble?
That is quite enough.
There's Ferdinand. Knight in non-existent armor.
You would dare threaten a woman? I will not permit such ungentlemanly conduct.
Oh, hello, Ferdinand. Do you have an opinion on all this?
Behind me, milady. I will protect you.
Who are you? You looking for trouble too?
Keep your distance, gutless knave. I just cleaned my sword, and if I maim you, I will have to clean it again. Neither of us wants that, so I suggest you leave at once.
Ah, forget it. You're not worth my time.
Ah, thank you so much. You saved me there.
You saved me from my twin brother. Thank you.
Well, that is taken care of. Are you hurt, Mercedes?
Hurt? No, I'm fine. We were only talking.
Ah, I am glad. I do not abide uncouth behavior. Stopping it is my duty as a noble.
And now they are B. Okay, so not B+ yet. Let's see. Also, you have to talk to Manuela. This'll be good.
Let's see. Has to be here somewhere.
Oh, my princess! Pray tell, are you seeking a book?
Right, I forgot. Ferdinand is a Manuela fanboy.
Ferdinand, you should probably settle down a little with the princess talk. Just speak to me normally. My princess days are long gone.
I could not disagree more. To me, you will always be that dazzling songstress, that veritable princess of the opera. From ages 5 to 11, I never missed a single one of your performances. Seeing you on stage was like glimpsing heaven. I was overcome with bliss.
Oh my god, this is so cringy.
You're going a little overboard, and I think I may have something in my eye.
An elegant coalescence of beautiful song and frenetic swordplay. That was the most memorable aspect for me. On stage, weapon in hand, letting your ballads soar to the heavens.
We have long forgotten about this book she was looking for, haven't we?
Honestly, the first time I held a sword, it was not to train. I was trying to do your sword dance.
I inspired your love of weaponry? How flattering.
I inspired your love of murder? Sweet!
Correct. It is all thanks to you.
Oh, come now. Although I'm honored if my stage presence had any such influence on your life.
The honor is all mine. You blessed me by returning to my life.
Holy crap, Ferdinand. Tone it down.
No matter where I go, or who I end up marrying, my childhood memory of you is inscribed in the deepest depths of my heart. Is something the matter?
Oh no.
Oh, nothing. I just feel a little empty inside now.
That's what she said. Anyway, they've reached support level B, and that's all of Ferdinand's. Mercedes City Sylvain? Sure. Then we can wipe out this entire column.
Mercedes, I swear, the whole cathedral glows with heavenly light when you're around.
Hello, Sylvain. What a treat to see you here.
I'm not sure I really like Mercedes' personality. I can't tell if she's incredibly devout or incredibly naive, but that voice just makes her sound way too childlike.
I thought you preferred places with more ladies around.
I'm here because you're here. And I don't care about other girls.
Oh, come now. I'm sure you use that line all the time.
Actually,
He does.
I've only said it to girls who thought I was lying about being faith. You know what? There's no reason to get into all that. The truth is, I would really like to spend some time with you. What do you say to that?
Well, if you were really interested in me, I would want you to get to know me better.
But since I feel like maybe Mercedes just sees straight through Sylvain.
I agree. I've been such an idiot in the past, always angling for the seduction. I've forgotten how to just talk to someone.
You act like you're full of regret, but I know you don't really mean it. Still, I'm glad to hear you say that at least. I told you such a boring story the last time we spoke. I was worried you might think I was a dull person.
Dull? No. I was worried that I'd made you remember unhappy times.
Oh right, she was talking about how she went from the Empire to the Alliance and the Church. That's right.
It's horrible what you had to go through. It's not like anyone chooses to be born with a crest.
Right. We can't choose our bloodline. You've got a crest too, haven't you, Sylvain? What has your experience been like?
Are you asking how being born with a crest affected me?
Made him a womanizer.
Yes. I know there was that business with your brother Miklon, but I'm sure you don't want to talk about all that.
It's not a very happy story.
Please don't feel the need to hold back on my account. I'm here if you need someone to share in your pain.
Would you want to know more about me, even if I didn't have a crest? or come from a noble family.
This has nothing to do with your crest or family. I'm just asking as your friend.
You know, this might be the one person you can absolutely sympathize with, Sylvain. I'd run with it.
How should I put this? When I look at you, I don't see a crest. I want to see the real you.
My cat wants desperately to nap, but I've got nothing to do during these cutscenes besides wait for an opportunity to say something snarky and press a button. So right now, every now and then when they're talking, I'm petting him, and he wants to nap, but he does not want to give up the pets. So he's half annoyed, but he's still purring.
You do? Here's the short version. I hate crests. Even though having one is supposed to be such a great blessing, mine has ruined everything. Miquelon was heir to our house. Then I was born, and I became the heir because I had a crest. That made my older brother jealous enough to want to kill me. And every woman in Fodlan wants to have my little crest baby, so they can join the nobility. Yeah, there you go. That's what it's like to have a crest.
Crest baby?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to dredge up such awful things.
No, I should keep my temper better. I don't want you to see me act that way.
Don't say that. I'm glad we were able to talk. I feel like I'm finally seeing the real you. Oh, Sylvain, will you save me from the curse of having a crest?
What?
Of course. I think I love you. And I mean that. With all my heart. I love you, Mercedes. Let's get married and have crest babies.
Let's get married and have crest babies.
Sure.
Oh, that was surprisingly cute. And yet again, I don't know how I feel about Mercedes. But hey, that's the entire column done. Now we just need to work on this side. Let's go do something else for a little bit. I said we were gonna go do the choir thing, so let's go do that. Because that's yet another source of professor points. I'm probably not gonna spend any more renown. I have heard in New Game Plus, you can spend renown on increasing your relationship with other people or increasing your professor level, just to make it a little bit easier. Or you can learn abilities with it. It might require you to have maxed out your statues. I'm not sure about that. But you get so much renown in the beginning where you have the statues, you know. It might not make that much of a difference until our third playthrough, third out of fourth. But I am really curious to see how that plays out. Let's zoom out the map a bit. Alright, how many notes? There is one note. One note! Garreg Mach is surrounded by the abundance of nature, but securing provisions during times of warring can still be difficult. This is different from my land of home. Yes, this place is different than Bridget. It's truly different than Dagda. It's rather different than Elmira. I think I know who we're talking to. There's only one choice. Of course it's Petra. Because I'm pretty sure we don't have the others here. Alright, let's sing. Let's sing with Hubert. Why not? Actually, that might cost us points. Alright. Dorothea and Ferdinand then, on the chance that we might get more points.
I'll keep my voice down. Don't want people thinking I'm vying for attention. But how...
Professor, let me sing for you. Do you not like my voice? It would make a...
Dance, Pegasus, dance. Down under 5,000. And I'm sitting here and I'm trying to remember when exactly that happened. I want to check on my statues, find something to do, maybe someone to go to tea, and then we're going to move to the next week. Yeah, St. Cetheline is, you know, nearly done. St. Kikul is not even close. St. Michael, yeah, so. Basically need 5,000. I need 10,000 to complete these 2 statues, and 14,000 to complete those 2 statues, so I need 24,000. Wow. But, damn, they look amazing. And you do carry your statues over from playthrough to playthrough. Alright. I've got one more professor point. You know what? Screw tea.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go eat. Yep. I press the right button. I'm gonna go have another meal because I need to convert this into rating. And then we're going to go to the next week. Maybe look at a couple more supports, do our lessons, and we'll call it an episode there. And that'll give me an opportunity to do more fishing. Alright. I can have pickled rabbit skewers with Lysithia only. Who can I eat with? Just Lysithia. Oh, there we go. 2 fish sauté. Perfect. With Sylvain and Lysithia. Yes, do that.
Yeah, you just get it, Professor. This is my favorite.
Yay!
Eating delicious food really takes my worries away.
Yay! They're motivated. I get rating. Everybody wins. There we go. That's the end of exploration time.
Professor.
Don't find on an empty stomach. Trust me, I have been feasting like crazy.
Once you set out on your next mission, you won't be able to have a proper meal for a while, right? You should eat up while you can. Build up your physical strength to prepare for the mission.
You're gonna make me fat. Alright. Dorothea! Is it true about Aryan Road?
We're almost to the kingdom capital of Ferdiad. Just imagine, the war might almost be over. But is it true that Aryan Road was annihilated? What in the world happened? What is the Saros Church, really?
We'll find out if we conquer the kingdom capital. It's impossible to say right now. For now, just trust in me.
I always have, and I always will.
Aww. You know, I don't feel right about lying to them and saying that the church destroyed Aryan Road, but then we have to explain a lot of things. Alright, let's talk to you, and then we're gonna call it an exploration. Can we really defeat Rhea?
The idea of defeating Rhea is beginning to feel more like a reality. Some may say that I'm returning her goodwill with betrayal, but I believe I've worked off my debt. The real problem is a certain someone else.
Dimitri? Catherine? Cyril? Gilbert? Catherine?
That's right. She was my partner, after all. I haven't seen her since leaving the Knights. I can see her coming to slaughter me, driven by her mixed emotions of love and hate.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna put you on the battlefield. So you don't have to worry about it. Alright, let's go ahead and end now. We've got so many more people to talk to, but let's move on to lessons. Time for my weekly disappointment in Hubert. Alright, instruct. Hubert, for the love of God. You're not even motivated. God, really?
You're in... That makes...
Alright, let's critique.
I will humbly reflect on this.
Now we can do that. Do I really care about anything else? I think the answer is no. Actually, Ferdinand, no, you're a Holy Knight. You got your masterclass. Linhart's got his. Kaspar's got his. Bernate's got his. Dorothea's not going for one. Petra has one, but it's actually bad for her. Sylvain has his. Mercedes. Lysithea, yes. I need to get you up at least one more level, I hope.
It was quite a challenge.
Alright, so you should get it in your individual studies. Now I think I don't care. So, auto-instruct. Edelgard, Ferdinand, Caspar, Bernadetta, and Petra were the ones the game chose.
I'd never have learned this back in my room.
Bernadetta learned the ability Swordbreaker. And that's it. Group tests are never changing because writing. And let's make sure that you are learning Grimmery things. You're actually not. And you probably should because, wow. Maybe I wanted you to be a Dark Knight at some point. It's the only thing I can think of. I'm glad I finally noticed and fixed that. Begin training. Come on, come questions. Hubert would like to speak with me, sure.
Nice place, isn't it, Professor? Standing here, you can almost feel the goddess's absence.
That would probably be why it's collapsed.
Discounting what dwells within you, of course.
Of course.
Do you think some punishment would rain down from the sky if this monastery were to be destroyed?
Well, we've destroyed part of it and nothing bad happened.
Of course not. Even if the so-called Immaculate One came back here for revenge, that would only be a result of this war, not the work of a deity.
Do you hate the goddess?
If it is between love and hate, then I would choose the latter. The goddess failed to properly govern this world.
I kind of think you don't really... Well, until you saw what happened to me, you didn't really even believe in the goddess.
That is why it is necessary for Lady Edelgard to become the supreme leader of Fodlan.
Ah yes, your personal goddess.
Those with power must use it wisely. Is that not a teaching of the Church of Seros?
I have no idea. I didn't go to church.
It's absurd to preach to others what you cannot practice yourself.
You're absolutely right.
Yes. It is our humanity that pushes us to step up and take the lead should the need arise. That is not the case for inhuman creatures with lifespans well beyond our own.
I feel attacked.
We must fight to preserve what makes us human. You are the one closest to the enemy. I wonder if you will be able to maintain your humanity to the end.
If I'm unable to...
Does that mean you know I will do what must be done?
Yep, you'll probably kill me.
You must trust me a great deal. I've already dedicated my life to Lady Edelgard. To throw my lot in with you is inconceivable. But if I had 2 lives to give, I might devote one of them to you.
Wow, that's the nicest thing you've ever said.
We could be a couplet of birds, flying alongside the sovereign of Black Eagles.
And our support level is now A. And of course now his motivation is maxed out. What the hell? It's Hubert's birthday. Gift for us.
Thank you.
I don't think raising support's gonna do us any good.
Seems our rivalry worked in our favor.
Yay!
We were just lucky. I am glad we have a positive result to report. However, we achieved it.
Yay! Perfect! Support points increased, got 1,000 Gs. Hubert is still too damn far away from writing, but we got smithing stones, which are practically useless. Alright, Lysithea skills up to C+.
The battlefield has much to teach.
Learned ability Lance Prowess level 3.
I still need to improve.
Felix learned Reason level 2.
Guess all that time wasn't wasted.
Lysithea learned a Faith level 3. And cool. So, my nose itches. Okay, so I'm gonna try a certification for Hubert, or at least I want to see if there's been any improvement in his chances. Does not look like it. Let's take a closer look. Absolutely not. What about Lysithea? Oh, what about Lysithea? Well, she can give it a shot. Might as well try. 45%. Yuck. Go for it. Nope. Sorry. Well, it's worth a shot. With a failure under our belt.
Failed? It's due to your poor judgment.
It probably is. Wow. That is on the nose. I feel attacked again. But anyways, we're gonna call it an episode here. Next time, oh damn it, I didn't plant anything. But next time, we're going to explore some more. And I am actually probably going to go fishing and hope for the best. I'll see you then. Thanks for coming out and joining me today. I always appreciate it when you support me with your own 2 ocular receptacles. If you enjoyed what you saw, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and leave me comments.
Right.
Thanks for watching again, and I will see you tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Later.